Are you the one who find it confusing to simplify complex fractions? Then this video is right for you. So without much further ado, let's begin. Hi! Once again, welcome to my YouTube channel. My name is ROWEL CARPIO, a math teacher and a coach, and I do math tutorial in my YouTube channel. If you have been to my channel before, welcome back. And if it is your first time to visit my channel, kindly hit the subscribe button found below and hit the notification bell for you to be notified every time I upload new video. And if you think that the content of my YouTube channel is worth sharing with others, kindly share it with them. And don't forget to leave a comment on the comment section found below. Gracias! So in this video, I'm going to present how to simplify complex fractions. By the way, what are complex fractions? Complex fractions are fractions in which the numerators or denominators or both of the numerators and denominators contain fractions. Example of a complex fraction. We have here 1/2 plus 2/5 over 3/4. So this is an example of a complex fraction because our numerator is a fraction and at the same time our denominator also is a fraction. We have here 3 steps in simplifying complex fractions. Number 1, make the numerator and the denominator as a single fraction. Number 2, apply the division rule of fractions by multiplying the numerator by the reciprocal or inverse of the denominator. And number 3, simplify if necessary. So let us have example number 1. So let us use our example given earlier. How do we simplify this complex fraction? When we say simplifying fractions, we make the complex fraction simple. Let us follow the 3 suggested steps in simplifying complex fractions. So first is for us to identify which is our numerator and which is our denominator. So looking at our fraction, we can say that this is our numerator while this is our denominator. So in other words, the sum of 1/2 and 2/5 will be our numerator and the 3/4 is our denominator. So what we can do now is to find the sum first of 1/2 and 2/5 for us to identify our numerator. And in adding dissimilar fractions, we have to identify first the LCM of 2 and 5, and the LCM of 2 and 5 is 10. So we will be using our LCM as our common denominator and then over 3/4 as our denominator. We have to identify our numerators. So for us to identify the numerators, we have to identify a number that we can multiply to 2 to give us 10, and that number is 5. So we have to multiply also our numerator 1 by 5. So 1 times 5 will give us 5. And then 5, for it to become 10, we have to multiply it by 2. So we have to multiply also our numerator 2 by 2. So 2 times 2, we have 4. So in other words, 1/2 plus 2/5 is equal to 9 over 10 over our denominator 3/4. So 9/10 over 3/4 is just the same as 9 over 10 divided by 3/4. In our discussion on dividing fractions, we know that division of fractions can be performed by using multiplication, but we have to take the reciprocal of our divisor. So we can also rewrite this equation into 9 over 10 times 4 over 3, since 4/3 is the reciprocal of 3/4. Either we can multiply the numerators and multiply the denominators, or we can simplify first the fractions before multiplying. So in this case, we can simplify 9 and 3 by dividing both numbers by 3. So 3 divided by 3 is 1. 9 divided by 3, so we have 3. We can also simplify 4 and 10 by dividing both numbers by 2. 4 divided by 2, we have 2. 10 divided by 2, so we have 5. That's why when we multiply the fractions, 3 times 2 will give us 6. 5 times 1 will give us 5. Or in mixed number form, that is 1 and 1/5. Now let us have example number 2. We have here 1/5 over 4 over 1 over 4 over 9. The first thing that we are going to do is to identify which is our numerator and which is our denominator. Now, how can we identify our numerator and our denominator given this example number 2? So, to help us identify correctly which is our numerator and our denominator, we have to look at the length of our fraction bar. The longer the fraction bar, the less that we are going to perform it. So looking at our example, we can see that this one here is the longest fraction bar. So meaning to say, this fraction bar separates our numerator and our denominator. So in other words, this is our numerator and this is our denominator. First step is for us to make our numerator and our denominator as a single fraction. So let's begin with our numerator. Now, our task here is to identify which is our numerator and which is our denominator in this numerator part. So, looking at the length of the fraction bar, we can see that this is the longer fraction bar. So, meaning to say that 1/5 is our numerator and 4 is our denominator. So, we can rewrite this as 1/5 divided by 4. For our denominator, we have to identify which is our numerator and which is our denominator. So, we have to identify the longer fraction bar. So, since this is the longer fraction bar, so we can say that 1 is our numerator and 4/9 is our denominator. So, we can rewrite this as 1 divided by 4 over 9. Now, following the rules in dividing, we can change our division sign into multiplication symbol and then get the reciprocal of our divisor. So, since whole number is understood to have a denominator of 1, so we can write here 1. So, we can rewrite the equation 1/5 times 1 over 4 since the reciprocal of 4 is 1/4. Then over 1 times the reciprocal of 4/9 is 9 over 4. So, following the rules in multiplying fractions, we can multiply 1 times 1 to give us 1 over 5 times 4 will give us 20 over 1. The whole number 1 is understood to have a denominator of 1, so we can write a denominator of 1. So, 1 times 9 will give us 9 over 1 times 4 will give us 4. So, 1 over 20 over 9 over 4 is the same as 1 over 20 divided by 9 over 4. Since when we divide fractions, we change the division sign into multiplication symbol and then take the reciprocal of our divisor. So we can rewrite the equation as 1 over 20 times 4 over 9. So in this case, we can reduce first the fraction through cancellation and then multiply. So if we are going to reduce first, we can divide this 4 and 20 both by 4. So 4 divided by 4 will give us 1. 20 divided by 4 will give us 5. So 1 times 1 will give us 1. 5 times 9 will give us 45. Now, it is your turn to answer the following exercise. So all you have to do is to simplify the given complex fraction following the suggested 3 steps in simplifying complex fraction. So when you are done answering, you can comment your correct answer on the comment section found below. So I hope that you have learned and enjoyed watching this video. See you again in my next video. Thank you!